Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Nebraska Ed Leadership Live Show. I'm Andrew Easton with the ECU Coordinating Council. Thrilled to be the MC of this series with you all and to be part of this collaboration with the NDE Seed team, who I'm going to introduce here from the top. And so with a wave, we got Ryan Rickabaugh, Julie Downing, and Jeff Gilbertson joining us again as leaders in our state, leading leaders, and giving us the opportunity to ask some great questions and facilitate a conversation with our special guests today. And so collectively, our aim here is to create a space where our Nebraska educational leaders can connect, share, and grow together. And as such, we're so excited to welcome Thomas Lee, principal at Westview High School, to today's episode as our featured leader and guest. So Thomas, welcome to the show.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, glad to have you here. And we're going to have Jeff actually kind of tee things up for us to start the day and explain a little bit of your backstory and why it was that the Seed team, in our conversations planning for this event, we're like, we got to get Thomas Lee to be one of our featured speakers. So Jeff, go ahead and take it away.
Well, thank you, Andrew. I'm excited to introduce our special guest today. Thomas Lee is currently the principal of Westview High School in Omaha Public Schools, and he has served the district since 1988, beginning his career as a teacher and a state championship girls basketball coach before moving into multiple administrative leadership roles. His experience includes service as a student support teacher, dean of students, athletic director, assistant principal, and since 2014, a high school principal within OPS. Colleagues and students and families describe him as a highly visible and relationship-driven leader who is frequently seen cheering at games, encouraging staff, and uplifting students in the hallways. In 2025, Thomas was recognized with the induction into the Omaha Public Schools Athletic Hall of Fame, highlighting his long-standing impact on athletics and student life across the district. In addition, you got to get ready for this. There's a long list. This is a decorated leader in our state. In addition to that Hall of Fame, Mr. Lee has received several notable honors, recognizing his high-level leadership and support of students. For example, he was named the 2025 John Wooden Legacy Award recipient by the Nebraska Basketball Coaches Association, recognizing his character, leadership, and positive impact on student athletes. Second, he received the 2025 Nebraska High School Press Association Administrator of the Year Award for his outstanding support of student journalism and school media programs. And earlier in his career, it's worthy to note that he received the Alice Buffett Outstanding Teacher Award. That is a prestigious Omaha area recognition for exceptional classroom teachers. And in 2017, he was recognized with the Outstanding Building Leadership Award by the Midwest Symposium for Leadership in Behavior Disorders, for his leadership in supporting those students with behavior disorders and the staff who serve them. And lastly, I think we'd be remiss, it's kind of relevant for today's events. Thomas Lee serves on the NSAA, the Nebraska School Activities Association Board of Directors, as a representative in District 2. And personally, I have known Thomas Lee. I had to think back. I think it's been since 1999. Thomas Lee and I were classmates in two separate degree programs with Doane University. And honestly, I consider him a friend, colleague, and really an inspiration for my own learning and leadership growth over the years. And I thank you, Thomas, for all of that. So, first question, we want to hear from you. Looking back over your career, Thomas, what experiences in your career and life most shaped you for the kind of principal and leader you are today?
Well, first of all, thanks for the introduction. I appreciate that. I have been blessed and had a great career in the Omaha Public Schools. I did leave the district for a couple of years and did a stint in Bellevue and at UNO. And so technically altogether, I've put in 37 years in the Omaha Public Schools, and every one of them have been awesome. It's been a great learning and growing experience year after year after year. Love what I do and really enjoy working with young people. And I think that really, to be honest with you, what helped me and molded me and shaped me was my first 10 years being in the classroom at Omaha North and coaching football, basketball, and track, coaching men and women. It was just a great learning experience and opportunity for me to use so many leadership skills that I have learned over the course of time at Hastings College and then at Doane University, and just being able to apply those from day to day. I really enjoyed the classroom. I would have never left the classroom if it wasn't for Bernice Naird, who kind of just forced me into administration. I was really enjoying the classroom. I was enjoying coaching. You work with the young people on a different level when you're doing that. And so you learn to work with people. And I think that that experience really molded me and shaped me to be a good leader. When you learn to work in the classroom and work with young people, communicate with parents, and then you learn a lot in coaching because then you learn how to deal with difficult situations, right? And so I think that those things really shaped my career and my future. But I'll say it again, I really did not plan to go into administration. I was happy coaching three sports and doing what I was doing. But the time came, and so I took advantage of it, and I actually fell in love with it. I was not excited at first, but over the course of time, I actually fell in love with it. But I will tell you what the difference was for me is I am kid friendly. I am all about the kids. Even as a principal, my job is to work with our students and our staff. So I have an open door. Kids pop in my office all the time. I have one standing outside the door looking at me now. They pop in my office all the time just to talk or to get a snack, to hang out. I am all about kids and them being successful. So I really have grown through my work in the classroom and coaching.
Well, very good. Thank you for that. So when you think of your career over 30 plus years, what changes, what stands out most to you in education? What has changed the most? And secondly, how have you responded to those changes as a school leader?
Yeah, times have changed over the course of time, and I have had to learn how to adjust to some of the things. I'll just tell you the biggest thing, the biggest change I've seen, obviously, is the social media and the cell phones and how it takes up a lot of our young people's time and attention. And we really have to work hard in the classroom with our staff to make the classroom fun and inviting for our kids to want to come in and be engaged in the classroom and be learners and to grow into leadership roles and then to cross that stage as successful young people. But I can tell you that social media has taken their time. It's warped them in some ways. And so we really have to work hard to get our young people just to be invested in their learning and what's going on from day to day. So I'm one of those people who have been saying for a long time that we don't change in education, but we need to change. So I'm an outside the box person. I'm an outside the box thinker. I challenge the teachers to be outside the box and to do things different. Yes, we have our instructional strategies and we put all the standards and things into place. I get that, respect that, but at the same time, I want our teachers to be free to teach in a way that is effective for them so that it grabs the attention of our young people so that they want to be in class, they want to be in school, they want to be engaged, and they want to learn. And that takes a lot of time and skill to get to that point. That's been the biggest change that I've seen over the course of time. One of the other things that I would say that I really enjoy and appreciate is the kids who are really dedicated to their education, their learning. And I have become a big believer in early graduates. We average probably 22, 23 students a year that graduate early. And I'm all about that because that means that they're doing what they need to do as soon as they walk in their doors as a freshman, and they do the things that get them across the stage in a rapid pace of time, which I'm okay with because young people, a lot of them just they don't like school, and that's just it. It's not the people; they just don't like school, so they'd rather get out and get to work, or they'd rather get out and go on and do something else, and so we're just really big about getting our kids and setting them up for success for whatever they choose to do and when they choose to do it. So internships become a big thing for us, and getting the kids out into the workforce and getting kids out to see things in advance. And these internships have really taken off, some paid, some unpaid, but it really gets the kid to invest in school more. So it's really about what are we doing to change in education to make this fun and exciting for our kids. And that's where our focus is here.
Well, thank you, Thomas. That's so good to hear. And I'm going to pass it on to Andrew or Julie. Do you have questions for Thomas?
I do have a question. So, Thomas, I was listening into that introduction there to kick things off today, and I heard in there that you've supported work with kind of behavior interventions and supports for students, and award recipient in that regard, also in athletics, also with regards to instruction and leadership. And how have you, over the course of your career, continued to be a lifelong learner in a way that has allowed you to support? And I understand we have our folks in our districts or buildings that are maybe the grassroots folks that are out there working with students and doing that, but it takes still a learner to be able to support them to the level of success that it sounds like you've had across a myriad of topics. What's it like to sort of evolve over the course of your career in all of those different places and avenues?
Yeah, lifelong learning is important. It's what we do. I've been doing it for a long time, and I still don't know it all. Sometimes I think I've seen it all, and then something else comes up, and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen it all. And so you have to be willing to continue to learn and to grow as an educator. And I have said to people, because people say, when you going to retire? Well, I'm not going to retire until I know that I am completely done with what I enjoy doing. But right now, I enjoy learning and continuing to grow as an instructional leader. I am continuing to grow when it comes to data and the importance of data plays in the decision making. I continue to grow with discipline. I am the king of discipline. I believe discipline is love. We discipline our students not because we're out to get them, but because we want them to be successful. And so we do work on different varieties of consequences, restorative justice, things that we could do to keep our kids in school. But if you don't continue to want to get out and learn and grow, whether it's taking classes, whether it's professional development, whether it's going to conferences, whether it's just sitting down with a group of principals and having our own PLC, you have to be willing to want to just take it all in and soak it all up. And I just love learning. I love trying new things. I love being able to share. I love being able to steal ideas. And I just think that it's valuable in all areas of education. So when Jeff says that I'm a visual person, I am. I'm out and about. I get involved in community service. get involved in attending meetings and sitting on boards and just representing the Omaha Public Schools, representing Westview High School, and representing our staff and students. That's important to me. And so every opportunity, every angle that I can get, I take advantage of it because I just want what I learned to be able to share with my leadership team, who in turn shares it with our teachers, who in turn shares it with our students. And we just have vertical learning going all the way through.
Gosh, I love that, thinking about that it is perhaps, if I'm hearing you right, be an active listener and active in spaces where you can see both needs and opportunities that allow you then, as you pursue those as a learner, to grow in the direction that the community you're serving would need you to grow. And that's a really cool idea to kind of like capture it that way. So thank you for sharing that. We've got other questions here today as well. And I want to encourage folks, if you're listening in, that you have the option here to add a question to the comments. We can bring those in live. We'll go to Julie, though, here next.
Yeah, so I would just say, as advertised, Jeff Gilbertson, to know Thomas Lee is to know a leader who can definitely balance that culture of growth and support his teachers to be effective, but also understands the expectations and the accountabilities that we have for ourselves and the students and communities that we serve. So I'm wondering, Thomas, I'm sure in your tenure as a leader, you've had teachers and educators feel overwhelmed at times with everything that is expected of our profession. So what are some things that you do as a leader that help your educators, your staff feel valued, supported, energized?
Yep, that's easy for me. We are family and we treat each other like family. And I tell them, if you don't take care of your own family and your own kids, you won't do well with other people's kids. So that is most important. Mental health not only affects young people, it affects our adults. It affects our staff too. And we have to take all of that into consideration when we're working with people. And so I'm telling you, I do things a lot different, I'm sure. But I don't scold teachers and get on them. I hold them accountable. We have conversations. We have constructive conversations to help them to grow and to be better. We are about motivating and inspiring and encouraging. Even if things aren't right or things are going awry, that is not what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on the positive, and we're going to focus on how we can change things and make things better. We're going to realize that people make mistakes, students and adults, and ourselves. We have to have that empathy, and we have to realize that we too make mistakes. And so we need to show that grace to our staff. They have a hard job, the teachers in that classroom. And we're going to make sure that we care about them, love on them, and show them that we are here for them. And we are going to support them, whatever it is that they need. That is the expectation I have from this leadership team. It's the expectation I have of myself. And so I put in a lot of time, a lot of hours. I do, because it is important that our teachers have the support they need to be effective in the classroom. They have the resources they need to be effective in the classroom. And then they need to know that we are here for them. So, I got teachers that sometimes don't feel well. I got teachers that sometimes need to go for an appointment. Whatever it might be, we're going to work with them. We're going to help you because I need you to be healthy. I need you to be of a sound mind with a growth mindset, and we're going to help you to be successful in whatever means that might be. And so I do things different, but I do hold everyone accountable with high expectations, even though we may do it differently. Yeah. I hope I answered that question without giving away all the secrets, because I don't want to give away all the secrets that we do, because I'm sure that sometimes people could frown on the fact that, you know what, Mrs. Jones has a doctor's appointment. I need you to cover her class for me, please, so she can go do that, because I need her to be healthy and strong. And so then when she comes back, the favor's returned or something. But we just do things different to take care of our people. That's number one for me.
Yeah, that's inspiring to hear a leader speak about that in a way that really says, I'm here to pay it forward,
Mhm.
and take care of this community like they're my own. So thank you for sharing that.
You know, Thomas, since I've known you, that the one thing that always stands out is, and that tracks with what you're saying, you know your people, right? I mean, you know your staff and you know your kids, and that comes through in so many different ways. Whether it's the recognition you've gotten, or the decisions you've made and the impact you've had. I've always admired that about you. And when I think about, you know, people who are getting into administration, you might be one of the first persons that I would turn to say, hey, what advice would you give somebody who's interested in administration? And maybe think about advice you maybe would have given somebody 10 years ago versus advice that you'd maybe give them now. What might be the difference in that? And then what might be your focus of, you know what, this is the legacy or the wisdom I want to pass on to future administrators.
I have a great leadership team right now. I have 4 of them who are looking for leadership opportunities. So I want you to know, I say that to say, I have surrounded myself with people who I know who want to be leaders. I don't want yes people. I want people who want to grow and learn and become those leaders. And so we have these conversations all the time. I actually had it yesterday with one of my assistant principals. You have to really know what you're getting into. And yes, I've been an assistant principal, I've been a dean. I know those roles. I know the work that comes with them, but I'm telling you, it does not match the work of being a principal. And so you have to know what you're setting yourself up for, what you're getting prepared to do. It isn't going to be where you can leave at 4:30 every day. Sometimes I'm not getting out of here till 7 and 7:30. Are you willing to do that? Are you ready to do that? I think that there is a difference with principalships, depending upon where you're at, the size of your school. That I get all of that. But when I speak to the size of our school and the work that we do, one of the things I tell people is make sure your family and your kids are in a good place for you to take this job on. I share the story with my AD. He's new this year. When I was an AD, my kids were young, and I said, my kids followed me. They were with me. They came to games and did those things because I needed to be there for my kids. I needed to be a father, and I need you to do the same and understand that I get it and I respect it. And so, what I expect you to do is your job throughout the day, and sometimes if you can't make events because of your kids, I get that. And I'm going to be there and I'm going to cover and I'm going to help you because I want people to be in positions where they can be successful and that they can grow and sprout their wings and not be held back from anything. But your family needs to be in a good place with what you're getting ready to step into and what you're getting ready to do. You have to love kids. I'm telling you, don't go into the job just thinking you're going to be there to push papers and manage. You have to love kids, number one, and you have to be willing to do the work that needs to be done for your kids and your building to be successful. It is a number one here. We just had a celebration rally this morning where we celebrated our students who have been excelling in clubs, fine arts, activities, and athletics. We spent the rest of the week this week celebrating our kids academically. It is about celebrating them and putting them out front and letting people see them that they are the number one responsibility. And I tell people all the time, don't go into this unless you love kids. Don't go into this unless you really know that you want to do things for kids and make an impact for them. Because what you do with your school will also represent your district and it'll also represent you as a person. And so I think that people need to know exactly what they're getting into. And people do ask me, and I tell them the truth. I think you got to be transparent. I don't sugarcoat it. I just say it's hard work, but it's good work. And I tell them too, you better learn how to have difficult conversations. You need to learn how to give constructive criticism. You need to learn how to give positive feedback, and you need to learn to do it to, it could be the same person that needs all of it. And you got to be able to do it, and you got to be able to love and care on people to help them to be successful. And you have to realize what's going on in around you, what's going on around us today in our society, what's going on around us today in our schools. And you have to be willing to take that on. This is tough work, but it's good work. When we are educating young people and we're putting them out there, man, I I thrive on it. I get excited. I'm here to tell you, I've been doing this a long time. I'm gonna keep doing it. But you know what? I have 6 students, former students, who are principals. They're sitting in the same seat I'm sitting in. That's how long I've been doing it. I have some of my students, kids, and I think I got the first grand one too. So I'm really know that I'm getting up there, but it's exciting to me. I have a former student. He's a millionaire. Man, I get, I can't tell you how thrilled I get to see our young people excelling and doing well. And just, I think about Ashley was one of my students. She'll tell you she spent time in my office and she's a state senator right now. I, that's what we do, man. We grow people and we help them be better than us. And that's the other thing I would tell you. I tell my staff and my students all the time, I want you to be better than me. And I work hard to be the best that I can be. So you're going to have to work hard.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Thomas, so much great stuff in there to take away, right? Yeah, everything from continuing to grow as yourself as a leader and in the role that you're in, but then you also spoke to the context that you're in matters and being updating as that updates and responding within that context. Love thinking about that. And something you touched upon early in that comment as well was this idea of bringing your own kids along with you, like your family kids. And as I always tell people, I'm the 4th Andrew Easton in my family. My dad and grandfather before me were teacher coaches. They coached together for a time, and I was definitely on the sidelines and through the hallways and kind of cut my teeth in this profession by first watching them. And it meant a lot to see that. And I think that kind of dovetails really nicely into our final question here for the day. And so the work that we do, you were just sharing it a moment ago, Thomas, is linear, right? Whether you want to think about that as like the ripples on a pond or, that ultimately we learn from others and then carry that out and pass it forward. So if you kind of look back, what lesson did you learn from a leader that preceded you that you feel like is still very relevant that you'd like to kind of pass forward today to kind of honor that legacy piece?
Yeah, I've had a lot of great leaders in front of me, a lot of great leaders beside me, working and teaching me all along the way. And I had to learn to be patient because I'm a go-getter, kind of a type A personality. I want it now, especially if it's good and it's the right thing and it'll help our kids be successful. So I've had to learn patience and poise and how to work through things. I've had to learn how to talk to people. Jeff probably knows this better than anybody. I was kind of rough when I was coaching, rough on officials, and that was one of the reasons I stepped down, because that was not who I wanted to be. It's not the right person. I needed to be better than that, and so I had people working with me, mentoring me on how to handle situations and how to handle the difficult conversations. I've learned that from a lot of people. I've learned professionalism. Mr. Herman Colvin was one who really taught me about being a professional. When I was teaching PE, I wore a suit to school, and then I changed into our gym clothes, and then I took a shower and put my suit back on when I left for the day. It was all about professionalism. How do you carry yourself? How do people see you when you're out in public? You also need to learn that all eyes are on you. And so even when you're in the grocery store, you might run into somebody you know. When you're in the restaurant, you'll run into somebody you know. My wife teases me all the time. Well, who are we going to see today? And that's what we have to be prepared. I want to be an example and a role model everywhere I'm at, everywhere I go, and everything that I do. And that's just who I am. You know, I'm gonna give you a classic example. I own 3 pair of jeans. I believe in dressing professionally and appropriately, even when I'm out in public. But that's just me, because that's what I believe it's all about. It's how you carry yourself and how you come off to people. It's all about first impressions, right? But it's also about the second, the third, and the fourth. So I think that those are just things that people have taught me over the years, and that I have really learned and grown from. And I hope to pass that down to the people that I'm working with now that are under me, that want to be leaders. I try to share the same lessons, and it's just fun. It's fun. You know, the biggest challenge right now for people is, people contest everything nowadays. There's a lot of people struggling with the answer no. And so that's one of the things that we're really working on even here, is just how do we stand our ground, knowing that we're right and doing what's right, but doing it in a professional way, in a professional manner. Those are things we're working on here.
Wow, so much good stuff there. And I'm so grateful to have connected with you today. It's on a selfish, like personal level here, right? And at the same time, grateful for the Seed Team's leadership to create this space where we can have great learning opportunities and conversations with amazing leaders from across Nebraska, like this one, Thomas. And so I'll say for folks listening in, we've started a YouTube playlist of all of these past episodes, so you can go back and listen to those. And we'd encourage everyone to continue to join in the first and third Friday at noon Central, moving forward throughout the spring as we keep these conversations coming. And I feel inspired. I don't know about you all. But, yeah,
appreciate you, Thomas Lee.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate all of you and what you're doing to get the word out. Good work.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody here in a few weeks, where we'll be joining you live from NERCSA. So I look forward to connecting with everybody then.